Good evening, everyone. I extend my condolences for the family of Amonhyang, Alochi, to the family of Chi and Janet Chi, and as well to Jason Hyang. Condolences especially to Byung-so. This year I already had an inner urge to find ways to express my gratitude to Byung-pe, but I just don't know how to do it. But I know I should do it as soon as possible. So I inquired about Byung-pe and I learned that he's now, at that time he was going through some dialysis. The second time I inquired of him, it was his birthday. And I was thinking maybe I could write something or call him up or do some video clip, but my hands were full. And now I learned that he had gone home to be with the Lord. So I don't want to miss this chance to show my appreciation. I want to use this chance to publicly thank him and express my thankfulness for the support and help that he extended during my brief stay in Osamis, a brief 8-month stay, yet unforgettable. When I was ministering in Osamis, you have a coconut meal, Jane's castor oil meal, alias Hebron. I want to associate and remember Byung-pe with the name Hebron. So in the Old Testament, God instructed the Israelites to build cities of refuge. Cities of refuge. There were 6 specific locations for them to build this city of refuge upon conquering the land of Canaan, and one of them is Hebron. There's a city of refuge in Hebron. When a person accidentally, unintentionally offended someone, he may flee to this city of refuge. Anyone who has killed someone accidentally may flee to this place. This city offered refuge and protection, an asylum from the retribution of the avenging families. And this is what is Byung-pe, Byung-so, and his family. This is what they are for me. A place of refuge, persons of refuge. When I was assigned in Osamis City, I was having marital problems and church issues. So I came there. It was the downest, the loneliest time of my life. I have lots of questions and confusions, tons of disillusionment and frustrations, fear and uncertainty loom before me. And it is at this very time that Byung-pe, Byung-so opened their house and welcomed me into their home. You opened your house and welcomed me in your home. That time, the annex building, which presently houses the co-workers' dorm, were not yet built. So Brother John and I lived in your house and stayed in one of your bedrooms. My most unforgettable moments with Byung-pe and Byung-so were the breakfasts, the lunch, and the dinners that we had together. The heavy breakfasts, the extended hours of lunch that we have, the long dinners, lavish food, fruits, fresh seafoods that we had, and the conversations that we had. We just talked on any topic under the sun. During those times, you did not question me or interrogated me. You did not give me advice nor corrections. You did not pressure me or demanded me to fix things immediately, but rather you showed me lavish acceptance, understanding, welcoming compassion and consideration, unspoken patience and forbearance. Now that for me was a healing. Those meals becomes a healing session for me. I am a first-generation Christian. I do not know what it is to have a Christian family meal. and this meal became a classroom for me. Meal after meal, I gained strength and momentum. Lunch after lunch, dinner after dinner, I found composure to move on. It is not so much of the verbals, but it's the non-verbals. Not so much of what you said, but rather what you did not say. It provided a safe and a secure place for me to heal and to be restored. And in the ministry, both of you, Byung-so, Byung-pe, became our unseen backup, the silent force who stood for us. Despite my faults, my frailties, my woundedness, you trusted and believed in us by giving us free hand over the ministry. We tried our first outdoor youth conference. Then we loaded them on board a ship to join the Baguio conference. We have birthday gospel meetings, boys and dance choirs. Most of them were first times. Not all agreed to it. It could have been a disaster. But you trusted in us, gave us the freedom to experiment, to explore, to fall, to fail, to stand up again, to learn, to grow, to build, and to mature. Most importantly, you provided me a space for second chances. It could have been the end of my ministry. I could have taken the wider popular path. But you gave me a safe and secure place, the abundant time and season to pick up the broken pieces and start all over again. Looking back, I would say that those moments were times of healing, times of renewal, times of refreshing for me. I could have not continued on this race if not for those moments of refuge or homage that your family had provided me. And for this, I am so indebted. I thank God for using you and your family for providing a place of refuge, a Hebron for me. I want to end it with Isaiah 25 verse 4. You have been a refuge for the poor, a refuge for the needy in their distress, a shelter from the storm and a shade from the heat. Byung-pe, thank you that God used you to be a refuge for the poor, a refuge for the needy in their distress, a shelter from the storm, and a shade from the heat. Shalom.